Well, g'day guys, Steve Collom here. As a music industry pro, with my music being used on thousands of TV shows and many leading international brands, today we are going to be putting Dimash through the Collom Analyzer. So you might ask, what is the Collom Analyzer? I'm going to show you towards the end. I'm going to show you why this song works, why the performance really touches the heart, why is the production the way it is, why does it support it, and some of the songwriting, how it's really supporting the song, and why this is basically a successful hit, why Dimash is just blowing it out of the water. So make sure you stay towards that. And before we dive in, if you're not familiar with Dimash, he can sing over 6 octaves. That's more than Mariah Carey, and that's even more than Steve Tyler from Aerosmith. He is a true masterclass on what a vocal folds or what a voice box can do. So this is going to be amazing. I haven't seen this, so I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get. I know we're going to get some awesomeness, but apart from that, we'll see how we go. And but let's dive in, and here we go. Oh, beautiful strings. So if you know me, I love strings. I love all the different parts. You got violins, and then you have the violas, then you have maybe second chair violin somewhere in there, and then you got the cellos. And this just, it's all filled. It's all full. Right there, I can hear it all. And there's all these different, they're all playing different parts, harmonizing, and some do extra moves in between the notes. And it's an arrangement. It's so nice. Let's listen to it. See if we can hear those parts. There's piano in there too.
Empty spaces, what are we living for? Abandoned places, I guess we know the score. On and on, does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero.
Wow.
Another.
So I did some research on this one. It's really interesting because the song is about the show must go on. I must move through this. I must press on. I must go through what I'm going through. Wow. He right there has I looked it up, and his mum did an announcement saying that he had actually, before he recorded this, just before he broke two of his fingers and fractured his arm. And yet the show must go on. He is still performing, and he still performs, and it's just amazing. So very, very cool.
Behind the curtains, in the pantomime, hold the line. Does anybody want to take it anymore? Show must go on.
I love how he goes up to the head voice there.
Show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. I am happy.
So he is just an amazing singer. So he's in his chest voice for that first verse. Then he goes into his head voice, a little bit lighter. He's not bringing the mix up. Now he's going to that second verse, and he's bringing his mix into it. And it's just so cool to hear all those different parts from a singer's point of view, because we all have those parts, but he's mastered them. He knows how to play in between the parts and to really support what the song is saying. It's very cool.
I leave it all to chase, another courage, another first romance on the north.
So now I can hear some drums, like there's like some, maybe just some hats there, maybe a brush on the snare or on the hats, and then I can also hear there's a bass guitar going doom doom. So really supporting the strings. That's what I love, because I love all the band situation and, like, you know, the drums and the bass and the electric guitars. I haven't heard any electric guitars here. They've got piano kind of sitting in there for the same kind of sounds, but then they have the string orchestra. This is really exciting.
Does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero, another mind describe behind the curtain, in the pantomime, on the line. Does anybody want to take it anymore? Show must go on.
Nice.
Show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking.
So I love how those drums come in, and it's a bit more of that drum kit kind of thing, a bit more of that rock kind of feel, and the strings are just so cool. I saw a harp there as well, but I'm not hearing any of that. But the backing vocalists, they're really supporting that, and they've waited until halfway through the song, and that's the arrangement. That's really the presentation, the performance. They've waited till half of the song is done before those backing vocalists come in, which is a lot of control and a great arrangement. It constantly keeps building.
My God, my big leg about my smile.
Oh, nice.
Still stays on. My soul is painted like the winds of.
Okay. So, I'm an electric guitarist. I'm a guitarist. That's what the instrument I've mastered, and guitar and voice, I should say. And one of the things that they've done here was they've actually played that on a string, but he kind of plays it down on a cello. And I believe that is the conductor as well. So it's like, whoa, there's a lot going on there. So they've plugged the violin there into some sort of guitar pedal that sounds like an electric guitar. And it's very similar. Once you do kind of distort the violin, it has a lot of the same kind of sounds. An electric guitar is electric plugged in and it's playing on strings, and the violin there, when it's plugged in, it's electric and it's playing on strings. One of the main differences is there's no frets on the violin, but there's frets on a guitar. And so one of the things that he's able to do, he's sliding up and down, and it was so cool to hear. I kind of speechless. I'm gonna go back and play that again. I was not ready for that. I thought it was electric guitar at first, and but it wasn't. So let's hear that.
Still stays on. My soul is painted like the winds
That's
of
great.
butterflies. Fairy tales of yesterday, recall but never die. I can fly my far. Yeah. Show must go on. He'll find the regret. I am never giving in. Got it He'll find the regret. I am never giving in. Got
Wow. Absolutely amazing. The show must go on. They did an epic performance here. I can't imagine seeing this live. Well, I kind of can imagine sing this live, where you're just like, you're in the room and it's electric. It is just on fire. You know, the hairs are standing up on your arms and you're just like, it would have been just amazing. What did you guys think? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. And so let's go ahead now and run it through the Collom analyzer. So first of all, I like to break down on the melody. What is he doing in the melody here? So the melody of the song, you know, very, very smooth, and the way that he kind of gives his version take on it, and changing through his different the passaggio, the different parts of his range of his voice. He's in his head voice, and he's in his chest voice, he's in mixed voice, and he's in his, well, a little bit of falsetto there, and then he almost got up into his whistle voice for during that last part. But a lot of power in this song, so that when you singing with the power, you need to have you got to have it use your diaphragm, but you've also got to be using your mixed voice to get that power. So the melody wise, absolutely awesome. You know, very good. The songwriting. So why this song is such a big hit and such a big success is because it's written about the show must go on. It's about pressing on. It's about going forward and moving through the downtimes. You know, it's kind of almost like, the analogy I like to use is, you know, the sun's out there. The sun's always out there. The show must go on. The sun is always going to be going to be shining. But a lot of the time, you know, it might be cloudy. Sometimes you can't even see it. Sometimes you can't even. It's so dark, or, you know, the clouds are so full or so thick. But you have to press on, and one day or the next hour, you know, sometimes the sun will appear again, and then you can have that light. But the show must go on regardless of how you feel. And he showed that in this song. You know, he showed that just having that that broken fingers and the fractured arm. The show went on. So these are a couple of lyrics that just stood out to me on this song. Inside my heart is breaking, my makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on, because the show must go on. I think that's just so powerful. Very, very clear, very defined. This is exactly what we're talking about. The show must go on. And I think we all get it. You know, there's many, many times where we have to go and do something, and we don't want to do that. Maybe whatever it is, you know, you have to go to work, or maybe you have to run that errand, or go to the grocery store, pick up some food, whatever it is you have to do, but you do not feel like it. And you've got a million reasons why you don't want to do that, or why you can't do that, but you have to dig deep down and really pull out the strength to go and do it, and the show must go on. So very cool. The performance, oh my goodness, you know, of course it's Dimash here. He is world class. He is one of the best singers for his range. It's just like, you know, I haven't heard anyone like him with that such a great range and control of the different parts. Amazing, absolute amazing singer. And his performance, he really knows how to perform. He's moving around stage, he's bending down as he's going for those notes, then he opens up when he goes to those bigger notes. The performance of the electric guitar solo, that was a bit of my favorite, I think, on that one. I say electric guitar solo because that's what it sounds like, but it was actually a violin solo. Very, very cool. I really like that. Probably my favorite part of this song, because it's just so different. I was not expecting that. It was very, very cool. And then the production, you know, the production of having all these parts going. You know, they had the drum kit in the back, and you don't often get an orchestra mixed with the drum kit, but you could hear it there, and it just gave the whole thing just such a big feeling, and that's why it's so successful. That's why this would have been such an amazing performance. That's why it works. So, well, all right, guys. Well, hopefully that helps. Let me know what you think. And if you want to support this channel on a personal level, remember, you can buy me a coffee and you can keep this channel caffeinated. And last of all, maybe you're a singer and you're looking to take your voice to that next level. I'm going to give you my free How to Sing Like the Stars exercise program. It's in the description below. You can check that out. And, you know, if you want to, it's the same program I give to all my singers if they want to go to that next level. So again, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.